UNICEF Akure Field Office in Nigeria, Dr. Tushere Rain, gave this commendation during a one-day meeting with commissioners for information, permanent secretaries of ministries of information, and media stakeholders from Ogun, Oyo, Ekiti, Osun, Edo, and Ondo states on Fact for Life program. Dr. Rain said the collaboration between Ogun State Ministry of Information and UNICEF has yielded a positive impact on the lives of residents of the state, as more people are gaining access to key messages that promote issues such as hand washing, exclusive breastfeeding, proper personal hygiene and sanitation. He expressed delight that numerous radio stations have brought into free broadcast of UNICEF's Fact for Life radio program, which was created to disseminate vital information that will increase every child's chances of survival, emphasizing that the fight against infant and maternal mortality in Nigeria can only be won through collaborative effort. In his response, Ogun State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Alhaji Wahid Odushile, advised UNICEF to expand its scope to accommodate mental health for women at the grassroots level, adding that the overall health of mothers is crucial to the survival and growth of families. The commissioner added that the traditional media may no longer be effective for reaching out to female teenagers who have shown a preference for online and social media, adding that they will turn out to be mothers in the future. Speed bumps provide speed caution and lower the speed of vehicles, thus contributing to the overall safety of the road. Drivers are usually aware of the fact that the roads must have speed bumps, hence they do not take the risk to drive too fast. In this special report, Kolawole Osho takes a look at the effect of speed breakers to the overall safety on the roads. Details in this package.
Most of the road traffic crashes which occur on the highways could be traced to the presence of inappropriate speed bumps which do not comply with contemporary global standards on road markings and signage. To avoid these, Ogun State government is taking it upon itself to construct speed breakers on major roads in the state capital. The most recent are that of Idiaba Ogtv Road, Mortuary Junction, Abiola Way, among others. Residents who spoke with Ogtv explained that the construction of speed breakers will go a long way in reducing road crashes caused by overspeeding of vehicles, adding that a lot of lives had been lost due to speeding and reckless driving by motorists, especially by articulated vehicle drivers, while commending the state government for coming to their aid.
People are not scared of, especially if you want to cross over to the other side. The trailer who are coming, they are not going to wait for you. But now, because of the speed breaker have been put in place, so it has really made our mind at feel at peace concerning this area.
I will thank the government by putting bombs ahead now, because a lot of danger is on this road. But like 2 or 3 months ago now, a lot of trailer issue on this road, as then with the Tezi. But like for 2 weeks ago now, when they did the bombs, I think the accident reduced, because the rate at which the trailers they are moving now, they are moving slowly.
Residents also pleaded with the state government to also fix the potholes on various bad portions of the road, which could result to avoidable crashes on the road.
Yeah, it is good actually for those of us that live in this area, especially we women that are trying to drive on this road. They should probably amend the road where we have some pothole. They should just make everything fine before they do the bumps on the road.
Some trailers sometimes they will pass, like say some cause many accidents, but with our government, what is doing for here. I thank you very much. Your boss portion made them construction, made them do, made the thing they okay, made the thing they need, and we want.
They equally enjoined the concerned ministry to put caution signs where there are bumps for the overall safety of all.
The road is a major means of transportation for humans. While the main road is designed for vehicular movement, the walkway is meant for free movement of pedestrians. But traders now display wares on walkways despite government warnings against such acts. In this special report, Margaret Okunlola takes a look at the risks associated with displaying wares on walkways and how to curb the social menace. Her report.
Walkways are sides of the road specially designed for road users, particularly pedestrians, so as to ensure free flow of movement. But some traders have turned the walkways to a place where they now display their wares. They gave reasons for this.
You have store in there, and for you to be bringing things of you that you're selling every morning, packing it every night is not appropriate. And we all know this is a walkway. I have my own goods in there. Why there's colleagues displaying his own? Why will someone come in and ask for my own? So for me to sell, I have to do what people are doing.
But a lot of risks are associated with displaying wares on the walkway.
The pedestrian walkway is meant for pedestrians, while people that are displaying their wares are meant to be inside their shop. Because people that are walking on the road now, they are prone to accidents. Anything can happen to the vehicle as they are driving.
It's easy to kill them, to injure people through this road. But when they take this pedestrian, this walkway, and I'm not sure, I don't think anything like that can happen to anyone.
While speaking, the consultant and chief operating officer of Parking Management, Ogun State, Engineer Wale Yusuf, advised on how to curb the social menace.
We should all try to understand the reason behind the government putting the walkway in place in the first place. It will reduce rate of accident to pedestrians. People representatives, they can talk to their people at their own various meetings. That, look, this is the essence of having the walkways. Please don't let us abuse it. After that, let there be serious enforcement. Enforcement is the only way that you can use to curb all this menace.
Respondents called on all stakeholders involved to stay clear of walkways and join hands with the government in ensuring free flow of both pedestrians and vehicular movement on roads. Margaret Okunlola, Ogtv News.
In recognition of his meritorious service and unparalleled dedication to the upliftment of Ogun State Television, the Programs Directorate of the Corporation organized a retirement ceremony in honor of the General Manager of the station, Bashorun Festus Kendi, as he will be out of active service soon. Adebola Oshomaji covered the ceremony held at the Ogtv premises. Her report.
As part of activities lined up to mark the retirement of the outgoing General Manager of Ogun State Television, Mr. Festus Kendi, the Programs Directorate of the station appreciated the retiring GM with a befitting reception in recognition of his unparalleled dedication to the development of the station. The event was graced by both past and present colleagues of Mr. Festus Kendi as they showered encomium on him.
We can disagree on everything, but the only thing we can't disagree is about Ogun State Television. That's why all of us are here.
Bashorun Festus Kendi is somebody you can rely on. He has no secrets. And he's just a good person.
So on this occasion, we are saying congratulations to our growing General Manager, who is also a programmite, a strong programmite. Everything Programs does, he will always support us.
He can remember how he started, and he's now remembering how he's ending it. He's ending it in glory.
One thing to do the job, collect the job, and it's one thing to do it and to do it well.
I was the chairman of Atawu. You see that we have been coming together a very long time, and it's very versatile.
Because it's not a boss and it's not a leader.
A leader will always go with you. He will always go. He won't abandon you.
And to others, GM is a man of many parts.
He has given me his shoulder to lean on. Every day, I have that confidence every time. People say what you mentioned, God
has decided to lift you up. He has decided to glorify himself in your life. And I thank God for your life.
He knows your strength. He knows your weaknesses. He knows where you are good at. He knows where you perform, and he will push you to where you perform.
While his colleagues were already filling the vacuum his exit will create, the elated GM posited that he was fulfilled for his contributions so far.
You know, it's good to be appreciated when you're still alive. It's guarding one's heart, and I'm happy. I'm happy that the department in which I started from decided to organize this. I am overwhelmed.
He also urged members of staff to be more diligent and dedicated to work for a brighter future for the station. Gift was later presented to the outgoing general manager by the directorate. Adebola Oshomoji, Ogtv
News. Still to come, Ondo State Election Petition Tribunal upholds Akeredolu's election as governor. Details of this and other stories in a short while. The chairman of Ogun State Internal Revenue Service, Mr. Olugbenga Olaleye, has been described as a man of integrity, honor, selfless and supportive, particularly to the Building a Future Together agenda of the current administration in the state. Dignitaries including wife of Lagos State Governor Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, wife of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Mrs. Oluremi Hamzat, as well as Speaker of Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olakunle Oluomo, among others, showered this encomium during the 60th birthday celebration of Mr. Olugbenga Olaleye, held at Rema Chapel International Church, Yaba, Lagos. Yusuf Ganiu reports.
Mr. Olugbenga Anthony Olaleye, an indigenous of Abeokuta, graduated in 1984, not just with a second-class upper, but as best graduating student in the Department of Education Science from the University of Calabar. Olugbenga is a distinguished Fellow of Chartered Accountants and Fellow of Chartered Taxation Institute of Nigeria, which is using for the service of God and humanity. Stepping into the Diamond League is not just a testimony of how he is loved by God, but also by array of personalities who have come to identify and share the joy of the day with him. Pastor Caleb Ayinla of Rema Chapel International Church, Yaba, based its sermon on how to make an indelible mark while alive.
Make up your mind. Either you are a subordinate, do good to the person above you. Either you are a superior officer, do good to the people below you. Don't be party to the people who will begin to create problem for another person. Make up your mind.
Dignitaries at the event thank God for his life and refer to him as a man of many parts.
Our brother here, things of joy will not surpass us in Jesus' mighty name. May the Lord continue to bless you, sir. May the Lord continue to anoint your reasoning, fill you with so much joy and abundance always.
God is very objective and he's a very fair man. He does not victimize. And no matter what you tell him about people, they will say, let me find out.
Despite all his achievements, a family man to the core,
very loving. I wish him many more happy returns in good health, in sound mind.
The celebrant and his family said 60 years is not a joke, but appreciated God's faithfulness in his life.
60 years is just like yesterday. I still feel as young as a 40-year-old or as a 50-year-old. But the most important thing is age is in the mind. You feel as old as you feel. But I thank God for feeling 60 years young.
Olugbenga Anthony Olaleye started his career with extensive exposure in accounting, auditing, taxation, and project evaluation. Yusuf Ganiyu, Ogtv News.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has said the House of Representatives is to ensure review of Nigeria's foreign policy in line with federal government's drive towards addressing the contemporary security, economic and political challenges Nigeria is facing. This was part of his submission at a review of Nigeria's foreign policy in Abuja. Various issues capable of accelerating Nigeria's developmental processes were brought up in the Speaker's submission and that of Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jeffrey Yema, at the retreat.
Our nation's foreign policy should define the terms on which we engage the rest of the world to address the different manifestations of our shared challenges so that we can each and together survive through this new age of promise and peril.
Foreign policy is therefore dynamic and responsive to changing priorities and interests.
The idea, according to the legislature, is to forward for Nigeria to assume its rightful position within the global diplomatic cycle of the 21st century.
Our foreign policy, but indeed the totality of our system politically, socially, and indeed economically.
Such a peace must encompass and as well as engender ideals that will make Nigeria maximize the gains of its relationship with every part of the outside world.
Representatives of Nigeria abroad need to shake off the demigod mindset and have a service mindset.
The need to resolve issues surrounding issuance of passport and national identity card, attention to the plight of Nigerians in the diaspora, and how best to identify contradiction that will work for or against the country were among the strategic national interest presented at the retreat. Over 300-seater JAM computer-based test center has been donated by a three-time House of Representatives member and member Federal Character Commission representing Ogun State, Honorable Abiodun Isiaq Akinlade at Owode-Yewa. The CBT Center within the JAM International Schools will put an end to the students of the area traveling far to neighboring towns before they could write the JAM. Bumi Adigun, who covered the event, reports that the Deputy Governor of Ogun State commissioned the project.
The people of Owode-Yewa and its environs, and by extension Ogun West Senatorial District, will always be grateful to Honorable Abiodun Isiaq Akinlade for his people-oriented projects after recently commissioning projects to commemorate his birthday. He has come up with another one geared towards lessening the burden on younger generations who want to write JAMB exams. Over 300-seater computer-based test center with 24 hours internet facilities located at Owode-Yewa has been commissioned. The event attracted the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Engineer Noimot Salako Yedele, and other important dignitaries to Owode-Yewa on the first working day of the week. Engineer Noimot Salako Yedele appreciated the donor for bringing light to Ogun West.
So I commend Honorable Akinlade for seeing this need and putting in a facility here to plug this need. This is a need this is a facility that meets an immediate need, but leaves a legacy in the lives of the people that have benefited from it.
From the representative of the chairman of the Federal Character Commission, who is also a former deputy governor of Taraba State, To other personalities at the event, it was encomiums galore.
We do not compromise standard. We hope that we will continue to have more of such. This man you see, I want to believe that if given higher responsibility, he will do more. Thank you, everybody, for investing in our people. I wish you more of this. Please learn to give back to your society. And this is what I think our brother has done. This school will continue to multiply and multiply. By the grace of God, and particularly you will live to reap the fruits of your labor. To empower you to do more. And I'm using this opportunity to assure you of our unflinching support.
From the principal of the GEM International School to the director of the school, they are happy that their chairman made their school the center of the CBT. The donor, Honorable Abiodun Isiaq Akiladi, appreciated everyone and promised never to relent at putting smiles on the faces of his people.
Nobody can develop our area for us apart from ourselves. And that's why I'm taking it upon myself to ensure that what I can do to develop the West and the state in particular, I will continue to do it.
This JAMB CBT center will be put to use at the next exam. Bumi Adigun, Ogtv News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it plans to resume nationwide continuous voters registration on April 28 to allow eligible voters register ahead of 2023 polls. INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner in Kwara, Malam Garba Tahiru Madami, made this known when he spoke with newsmen in Ilori. He said those eligible to register as voters were Nigerians who attained the age of 18 and have not been registered before. The Lagos State government says it plans to hold its local government council poll in July. Retired Justice Ayotunde Phillips, the chairman of Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission, said this in a statement in Lagos. Phillips said election into offices of chairman, vice chairman and councillors in all the 20 local councils and 37 LCDAs in the state would hold that day. He said the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission, the body charged with the statutory responsibility of electoral management and administration, is committed to conducting a free, fair, credible and inclusive election. The Governing Council of the Federal University Oyekiti has suspended the registrar of the university, Olatubosun Odusoya. A statement by the Special Advisor on Media Matters to the Vice-Chancellor, Mr. Wole Balogun, said the decision was taken by the Dr. Muhammad Yahuza-led Governing Council. It disclosed that suspension was conveyed to the embattled registrar in a letter dated April 20, 2021 and signed by the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Abayomi Sunday Fashino. According to the statement, Odusoya was asked to go on suspension to allow for in-depth investigation into allegation of gross misconduct leveled against him over alleged irregularities and the recent appointments by the institution. Global death toll from the coronavirus topped a staggering 3 million people amid repeated setbacks in the worldwide vaccination campaign and a deepening crisis in places such as Brazil, India, and France. The number of lives lost as compiled by Johns Hopkins University is about equal to the population of Kiev, Ukraine, Caracas, Venezuela, or metropolitan Lisbon, Portugal. It is bigger than Chicago, with 2.7 million people, and equivalent to Philadelphia and Dallas combined. The number is believed to be significantly higher because of possible government concealment and in many cases overlooked in the early stages of the outbreak that began in Wuhan, China at the end of 2019. When the World Bank in January passed the bleak threshold of 2 million deaths, immunization drives had just started in Europe and the United States. Today, they are underway in more than 190 countries, though progress in bringing the virus under control varies widely. Nigeria Customs Service, Ogun State Command, has uncovered and seized 2 trucks of a multinational company which concealed some bags of foreign parboiled rice of 50 kg each in the trucks. This was made known by the controller PC Kolo while briefing the press on the scorecard and first quarter of the operations of the command. Bumi Adigun reports.
It is no more news that smuggling of any form is a crime in Nigeria, and the men of the customs are working so hard to nip this in the bud. But smugglers have become dribblers in the smuggling game as they use all means to smuggle in goods. These 2 trucks belong to a multinational company that deals with soft drinks, but this time it was used for smuggling of foreign rice.
Recently, a systematic arrangement of some pallets of Coca-Cola products to ingeniously conceal some bag of foreign parboiled rice of 50 kg each in 2 trucks was uncovered by the eagle eyes of the patrol officers in the command. The trucks, suspected to be coming from Ilaro border, were intercepted along Denro Olorunda Abeokuta Road.
The controller in Ogun Area Command also dwells on the operations in the first quarter of the year.
The seizure of over 7,000 bags of 50 kg foreign parboiled rice. This is equivalent to about 12 trailer loads made in 1 month by the command. Never in the history of this command have we recorded this quantum of rice seizures. And I commend the effort and gallantry of officers serving in the command for this feat.
Just for this quarter alone, Nigeria Customs Service Ogun Area Command seized about 19,000 bags, equivalent of 38 trailer load of 50 kg each of foreign parboiled rice with duty paid value of 3.7 million naira.
Good motivation from the Nigeria Customs Service management, which has boosted the morale of officers and have kept them in high spirit at all times. Aggressive stakeholders engagement by the Customs Area Controller, including visit and parley with over 27 traditional rulers, youth leaders, as well as all security and government agencies operating in Ogun State.
The Customs Service in the months under review also generated 12.3 million naira. Apart from seizure of rice, so many vehicles were also seized as the command used the medium to refute the claims by one national daily of smuggling striving in Ogun State. Bumi Adigun, Ogtv News.
The Ogun State Police Command with other security agencies in the state will harness resources as provided by the state government at extending security beef up to the health workers in the state. The State Commissioner of Police, Edward Ajogun, gave the assurance while receiving representatives of the state government, Nigeria Medical Association, and the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives in his office at Ilewero, Abeokuta. Elizabeth Esson reports.
The recent kidnap of a doctor and a nurse in the Yewa axis of Ogun State informed the strike action jointly embarked upon by the Nigerian Medical Association and the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives. For more assurance of safety of medical personnel, the associations were led on the solidarity visit to the Commissioner of Police in the state by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Security, retired AIG Olushola Suba.
It is good that we have a committee that will be set up that will include police and health workers, so that randomly they can be meeting. Even in time of peace, they can still meet and look at how to improve the security in our hospitals and our health workers also.
Speaking on behalf of the associations were the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Dr. Nofiu Aigoro, and Special Advisor on Health, Dr. Tayo Lawal, who solicited for adequate security for health practitioners in the state, as they are also contributing their quota at saving lives.
We appreciate that, well, every life counts, but we have to ensure that our own members are also who actually are trained to save life, are secure, feel secure. And like you said, sir, we
beef up the security system, either in terms of checkpoints, in terms of patrol, and other chiefs that you think can need the situation, so that we won't be having this kind of people being kidnapped recklessly.
Responding, CP Edward Ajogun assured that with adequate synergy with other security agencies in the state and facilities provided by Governor Dapo Abiodun, everyone, including health practitioners, will enjoy safety.
Well, it's just unfortunate that we are passing through this phase. And something that's going around the whole country, kidnapping for ransom. Very strange evidence, a lot of strange evidence. Our own part too, the past 2-3 weeks, we have made huge number of arrests. We are not parading them down because we still have, we are targeting their kingpins and their guns, because we know that once we are able to get the guns, then it's like we have amputated them. So that's why we have not really got mercy.
It will be recalled that on 12 midnight of Tuesday, April 13, the no-work protest by NMA and NANNM took effect in Ogun State and is still on. Elizabeth Esson, Ogtv News.
Two suspected armed robbers who dispossessed a rice merchant of cash sum of 120,000 naira at Sangwater have been arrested by men of Ogun State Police Command. The suspects were arrested following a distress call received by the DPO Sangwater Division, CSP Godwin Idehai, that robbers have invaded a shop and robbed the owner, Nonson Wibo, of 120,000 naira as well as his handset at gunpoint. A statement by the command spokesperson, DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, said the DPO quickly led his men to the scene, but on sighting the policemen, the robbers took to flight, but they were hotly chased, and one of them, by name Sadiq Hassan, was arrested with a locally made pistol, while the other one escaped. Following diligent investigation, the second suspect, by name Kudus Razak, was apprehended on the 19th of April 2021 in a hideout at Owode Jako, and a live cartridge was also recovered from him. The two suspects have confessed being the robbers who robbed Nonso of his valuables. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, CP Edward Awolowo Ajogun, has ordered the immediate transfer of the suspects to the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department for discreet investigation. Time now to bring you business news. The Group Managing Director of NNPC, Mili Kyari, has advised the motoring public to avoid panic buying of petrol as issues resulting in the scarcity of the product have been resolved. The NNPC boss stated this while briefing journalists after an audience with President Muhammadu Buhari.
Industrial action by petroleum tanker drivers against the employers, the National Association of Road Transport Owners, around their compensation package, and those issues were not resolved up to yesterday until we intervened to ensure that there's an amicable settlement between the parties so that they will have peace, and then normal loading operations will commence from the depots. As I speak to you this moment now, loading has commenced in all depots in the country. Dispatches of trucks are ongoing in all depots in the country, and they have called off the strike for a period of 1 week so that enable us to intervene and find resolutions.
Kyari also gave reasons the NNPC declared that there will be no increase in fuel price for the month of May.
We're engaging all parties and all stakeholders as government, and to make sure that at the end of the day there's an exit that is beneficial to the ordinary man. And that is why we know we will not be able to complete that in the month of May, and therefore we declare that there will be no increase in fuel price.
Milikari there. Despite the rise in price of crude oil in the international market, the Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Malam Milikari, has said that there will be no increase in the ex-depot price of premium motor spirit, otherwise known as petrol, in the month of May. Kyari, at last month, disclosed that the current market price had risen to 234 naira per litre, far above the average pump price of 163 naira per litre across petrol stations in the country. Malam Kyari made this known at the end of a closed-door meeting with Petroleum Transport Driver, PTD, National Association of Road Transporters Owners, NATO, and oil marketers in Abuja. Nigeria may account for 23% of all oil and gas projects in Africa within the next 4 years, a report by Global Data, an oil data and analytics company, has shown. The report also indicated that over